Hello guys, today we will discuss the correct use of preposition in a sentence. In this class, our main focus would be on the correct use of preposition in a sentence. The basic function of a preposition in a sentence is to show the relation. It may be the relation of a noun to a pronoun, or it may be a relation of one noun to another noun, or it may be a relation of a verb to another part of a noun or subject or situation in a sentence. I have already seen students using preposition unnecessarily. They use preposition where they like, but there is no such condition. There are a number of rules which guide us where we should use a preposition in a sentence or where we should not use a preposition in a sentence. We have seen students using prepositions just after the verb in a sentence, but I want to inform you, all verbs are not supposed to take preposition in a sentence. If we talk about especially transitive verbs in English, all transitive verbs do not seem to take any type of preposition in a sentence. They need their object in a sentence. Basically, when we try to connect a noun to another parts of a sentence, then we use preposition. But remember, everywhere in a sentence we cannot use a preposition. If we try to connect things with another part of things, then we should use preposition. If I say happy birthday is a sentence, here we need a preposition. To whom am I addressing happy birthday? It means this word happy birthday, here birthday is working as a noun in the sentence and happy is working as an adjective in the sentence. So guys, if we want to associate these two terms mingling, adjective and noun, so if we want to associate it, we would need a preposition just in order to show a relation of happy birthday to another part of a noun. So we use a preposition to here. If I say welcome, welcome is a word, complementary word. If we want to associate welcome to anybody, then we should need a preposition to show the relation to whom I want to welcome. It means we would need a preposition just in order to show the relation, its relation to another part of. As I have already told you, in a sentence, a verb may take preposition. A verb may take preposition if it would be an intransitive verb. A transitive verb is not supposed to take any type of preposition in a sentence. Only intransitive verbs are supposed to take any preposition associated with it. Here I would like to introduce some of the sentences which can prove it very clearly. So guys, I have written a number of verbs here, and these verbs, some of verbs require preposition in a sentence, but some of verbs do not require any type of preposition in a sentence. Basically, those verbs which are transitives may take preposition in a sentence, do not take a preposition, but intransitive verbs always take preposition, because intransitive verbs are incomplete in itself, but transitive verbs require a an object to express its meaning clearly, but in case of intransitive verbs are complete in itself. They do not require any type of object to express their meaning clearly in a sentence. If we talk about only transitive verbs, these are the transitive verbs and these are the intransitive verbs. Here transitive verbs do not require any type of preposition, they need only their object. But in case of intransitive verbs always need only preposition to associate it with another part of a sentence. But in case of transitive verbs do not require any type of preposition in a sentence. They require only their object just after it. And if after object, if we want to associate any type of noun or a pronoun in a sentence, then we can use preposition just in order to associate object of a verb to another part of a sentence or to a noun or a pronoun in a sentence. If we talk about explain, if I say I explain, what explain? If I say I explain, the listener would require which type of explanation is being explained before him. It would require an object. Its object, the matter which is going to be explained before us would be its object. It means explain is a transitive verb and it would require its object just after it without any type of preposition. Discuss, what discuss? It means it would require its object. Allow, what allow? Whom allow? It means it would require its object, not preposition but object. Write, what write? It would require object. Complain, is a transitive verb. It would require an object. Attack, on whom attack? Attack, where attack? It means it would require an object. Like, what like? It means all these are transitive verbs and all would require their objects. They would not require any type of preposition, they would require only object, and after finding their objects they will require a preposition just in order to associate objects with another part of a sentence or with a noun or a pronoun in sentence. So these verbs do not require any type of preposition in a sentence, but these verbs would require a preposition just in order to associate it with a noun or a pronoun in a sentence. If I say laugh, laugh is intransitive verbs, and if I say I laugh, the sentence is complete. Smile, smile is also intransitive verb. It do not require any type of object. Weep, intransitive verb. Sleep, intransitive verb. Go, intransitive verb. Come, sit, all these are intransitive verbs. These verbs would require a preposition, but these verbs do not require any type of preposition in a sentence. They would require only an object just in order to express their meaning clearly. But in case of these verbs do not require any type of object, they would require only a preposition. The concerned preposition must be kept just after their use in a sentence. But in case of these verbs, we do not require any type of preposition here, writing these verbs in a sentence. If we talk about intransitive verbs, but here the matter is how do we identify a verb as transitive verbs or an intransitive verbs? How can we identify a verb whether it is a transitive verb or intransitive verb? So guys, I would like to tell you a simplest way where you can identify whether the verb used in a sentence is a transitive verb or intransitive verbs. You would have to ask only one question from the verb used in a sentence, and this question is what, whom. If their answers would be a noun or a pronoun, then you can understand it is a transitive verb. If their answers would not be a noun or a pronoun, it means they are not a transitive verbs. If their answers would be place, time, manner, action, then you can identify them as intransitive verbs, because intransitive verbs do not require objects in a sentence. If we talk a simple question, explain, we would ask only one question to the verb explain. What explain? Whom explain? Only two questions. And its object would be whether it is noun or a pronoun. Discuss, what discuss? Whom discuss? It means its answer would be a noun or pronoun. Allow, what allow? Whom allow? Write, what write? Complain, whom complain? Which type of complaint? Noun or pronoun. Attack, whom attack? It means it would need an object. Like, what like? But if we talk about these verbs, laugh, what laugh? Can its answer be a noun or pronoun? No, its answer cannot be a noun or pronoun. Laugh, when laugh, where laugh, why laugh? It means when, why, there. Its answer would be an object of place, an object of now, an object of a reason. It means these are indicating to an adverb of time, adverb of place, adverb of manner. These are not indicating to any type of noun or pronoun in a sentence. It means these are intransitive verbs, and the basic quality of intransitive verbs that they are found to be indicating not a noun or a pronoun in a sentence, but to an adverb of place, adverb of time, adverb of action, adverb of manner, etc. Smile. If we ask a question to the verb smile, can its answer be a noun or a pronoun? No, its answer cannot be a noun or pronoun, but its answer will indicate the reason of smiling. Smile, why does he or she smile? Where does she or he smile? When does she or he smile? These are the questions, and these questions are indicating to adverb of time, adverb of place, adverb of manner. These questions are not indicating to a noun or a pronoun in a sentence, but its answers are supposed to indicate adverb of place, adverb of time, adverb of manner. But look at here, discuss. If we ask a simple question, I want to discuss, I want to discuss, people would ask me, what discuss? What do you want to discuss? What do you want to discuss? This is the question, and its answer would be a noun or a pronoun. Nobody would ask me, where do you want to discuss? Why do you want to discuss? No. They would only ask a simple question, why do you want to discuss it? But in case of these verbs, laugh, nobody would ask me, what laugh? People would ask me, why does he laugh? Why does she laugh? Nobody would ask me, why what laugh? What laugh? This would not be a question. Their question would be, why does he or she laugh? Where does he or she laugh? These would be questions, and these questions are supposed to indicate adverb of place, adverb of time, adverb of manner. But here in case of these verbs are do not referring to any type of adverb, but these are referring to a noun or a pronoun in the sentence. Attack. Attack is a transitive verb. If I say, I attacked, people would ask me only one question. They would ask me, On whom? They would ask me this simple question, on whom? It means it would require an object. Nobody would ask me, why do you attack? Where do you attack? When do you attack? But people would ask me, whom do you attack? Its answer would be a noun or pronoun. It means if a verb is going to take its object directly without the help of any type of preposition in a sentence, it means these are the transitive verbs. But if verbs are indicating to a time, place, manner, etc., this means these are not transitive verbs and they would require a preposition. If I say, please sit down, its answer, if the second person may ask me, where can I sit? Why can I sit? When can I sit? These would be answers, and their answers would be adverb of place, adverb of time, or adverb of manner. Nobody would ask me, what sit down? What sit down? Such questions would not be mandatory to be asked in case of intransitive verbs. The mandatory questions in case of intransitive verbs would require either adverb of place, adverb of time, or adverb of manner. But in case of transitive verbs always would require the answer of what or whom, and their answer would be a noun or a pronoun. Their answer cannot be any type of adverb of place, adverb of manner, or adverb of time. So guys, if we make the sentence complete, we can write, I explain. What explain? Any issue, I explain it. This is the transitive verb and it is going to take its object directly. I explain it. Whom? Now here we would require a preposition just in order to associate the object with another part of a noun or a pronoun in the sentence. So guys, here we would require a preposition. I explain it to you. Now this sentence is complete. I explain it. It is the object of the verb explain, and here we would like to associate this object to be concerned with a noun or a pronoun. Here you is working as a pronoun. You is not an object of the verb explain. Its object is it, and just in order to associate the object to another part of a noun or a pronoun in a sentence, we would have to use a preposition just in order to associate it. Discuss. I discuss it. I discuss it to him. I discuss it to him. Allow. I allow. I allow. Whom? It means I allow him to go. I allow him to go. Now we are using preposition here. I allow him to go. To go is working as an object in the sentence. It is working as an object in the sentence. Him is also working as an object in the sentence. But the difference between both the object is that one is primary object and another is secondary object. If the verb is going to take its primary object, we cannot use any type of preposition. But if the verb is going to take its secondary object, then we would require a preposition just in order to associate the secondary object to its primary object in the sentence. Write. What write? I write a letter. Now, we are going to associate the letter, whether it is noun or a pronoun in the sentence. So, we can say that here we can use a preposition. I write a letter. Letter is an object of the verb write. Here it would require a preposition. I write a letter. For whom? To him or to her. I write a letter to her. Whom? To her. Now, I complain. I complained. I complained. Whom? I complained him. I complained him. Against whom? Now, here we require a preposition just in order to associate the object with a noun or a pronoun. So, guys, here we would require a preposition. I complained him against her. I complained him against her. Attack. I attack him. I attack him. We cannot use here preposition because attack is a transitive verb and it would require its object directly without the help of a preposition in the sentence. We cannot use here a type of preposition. I attack him. I like, whatever like, I like him. Now, the sentences are complete. But in case of intransitive verbs, these verbs would require not an object in the sentence. These verbs would require a noun or a pronoun with the help of a preposition. I write. I laugh at him. I laugh at him. I laugh. Laugh is an intransitive verb and intransitive verbs do not require any type of object in the sentence to express their meaning clearly. I smile. I smile at him. I weep. I weep at him. I sleep on the bed. I go to school. I come to office. I sit on the chair. Chair may take both prepositions in and on. If the chair would be of handle, having a handle on both sides, then it may take preposition in, and if the chair would be free from any type of handle, then it would require preposition on. So guys, here we have used preposition. I laugh at him. Here in these sentences we have used a preposition, but here in these sentences we do not use preposition. Why? Because transitive verbs do not require any type of preposition. Transitive verbs require their object But in case of intransitive verbs require their object in a sentence. Intransitive verbs do not require any type of objects, but transitive verbs require an object in a sentence. So guys, now we would like to discuss objects which a verb is supposed to take in a sentence. When we talk about object in a sentence, there are two types of objects. One is primary object and other is secondary object. If the verb is supposed to take its primary object in a sentence, then we would not require any type of preposition to associate the primary object to its secondary object in a sentence. But if our verb is going to take secondary object rather than a primary object in a sentence, then we would require a preposition just in order to associate its secondary object to its primary object in the sentence. As I say, Mohan gave money to her. Mohan gave money to her. Here, if I say this simple, if I say I gave, people would ask question, what gave? Nobody would ask whom. Can anybody ask me, whom do you give? Whom did you give? No. It means in a sentence we would have to find out whether the verb is going to take its primary object or secondary object. If it is going to take its primary object, then we would not require any type of preposition just in order to associate the primary object to secondary object in the sentence. But if the verb is going to take its secondary object rather than the primary object in the sentence, then we would require a preposition just in order to associate the secondary object to its primary object in the sentence. Mohan gave. Her is a primary object, but here we have used secondary object. Mohan gave. The process of giving, if we want to give anything, so we would need an object. An object is always a noun or a pronoun in the sentence. I gave, it means a person. There would be a person to whom it was given. So here the primary object must be present just after the transitive verb in the sentence. If after the transitive verb there is not a primary object in the sentence, then the verb would require its secondary object, and its secondary object has been used in the first sentence. Mohan gave money. Money is not a primary object in the sentence, it is a secondary object, because the process of giving is adequate with a noun or a pronoun or with a person. Mohan gave whatever, which thing we don't know. If it is money, then the process of giving must be with a noun or pronoun. It means it would be a man or woman. If Mohan is going to give anything to anybody, it means there would be either a male or a female. Then the process of giving is associated with her, it is not associated with money. It means verb is associated with its primary object, and its primary object is her, not money. In the second sentence we have given the verb its a primary object, and it in the second sentence here the verb has found its primary object, So, it would not require any type of preposition just in order to associate it with the secondary object. Mohan gave her money. The sentence is supposed to be int, but in the first sentence Mohan gave money. Money is secondary object, and in order to associate the secondary object to its primary object, we have used the preposition to. But in case of second sentence, the subject Mohan and the verb give has found its primary object. So, we would not need any type of preposition to associate the primary object to its secondary object. But if in a sentence, if a verb is supposed to find its secondary object, then we would require a preposition just in order to associate the secondary object to its primary object. But in case of a sentence where a verb is supposed to find out its primary object, then we would not require any type of object to associate the primary object to its secondary object. But if a verb is supposed to take its secondary object, then we would require a preposition just in order to associate the secondary object to its primary object. As such is applicable in case of first sentence, but it is not applicable in the second sentence. Here verb is supposed to find its primary object, that is her, but here the verb gave is supposed to find out its secondary object, that is money. And here, in order to associate the secondary object to its primary object, we have used preposition to, but here the verb is supposed to find out its primary object. Then we would not require any type of preposition to associate the primary object to its secondary object in the sentence. So guys, here we would like to end our class. We would meet in our next class. Thank you.